Hello out there. Hello. Sorry, I was just sucking down a sandwich. Fast while we're getting ready here. It's really good. I'm freshly nourished up. Oh, this water is empty, isn't it? Well, when I run out of pop, I'll go get water. Woo! Alright. So, I know I haven't been here in a minute. September has been a very busy month for me. And it probably will stay that way. So hopefully October will go back to normal. This has been my on my own time game. I've gotten back into a game called Endzone, which based off of looking at my channel, it seems that I've streamed one other time before. I really like this game. So I bought this. It's been out for a little while, but I bought it when we were playing Fallout last year. And I was getting the strategy game bug. And so it's just a very similar like vibe, right? Like post-apocalyptic into the world, rebuild society thing. But it's a RTS. Kind of colony sim. Really enjoying it. I'll get into what everything is here in a minute. But it's funny because when I bought the game, I was like, this game's fine. It's not great. And so I played it a little bit and I stopped. And then eventually I came back to it like, it's fine. It's not great, but I really feel like playing it. And then come back to it later, like, this game's pretty good. And it just like slowly but surely, I'm like, you know what? I actually ridiculously love this game. It's a lot like that. Welcome, Kathleen. Hope you're doing well. So this is actually very late in a file. I've actually already completed the research tree. So I have all these research points I can't spend on anything. But if you look here, all this stuff's already done. But basically, like, you research better types of food. You research the ability to get different kinds of resources. You research bigger buildings. You research the ability to have electricity. Like, kind of standard. These icons are because these are food sources. These are fields, farm fields. And I'm actually at my production limit, which I don't know why I would ever want a production limit on food. But apparently I'm really at my production limit on food, so there you go. We'll just turn that up so those all those angry things go away. So like I said, very, very late game. Usually, you start with, instead of this town hall building, it's a bus that broke down and 10 people. And now I have built that into this. I can't even show the whole thing on the map. And I have almost 1,000 people. So we've expanded. There's other things you can do. There's exploration. You can explore on this map itself. There's interesting spaces you can go do. I have done all of that. So now I'm using it's not here right now, it's traveling, but there's a hot air balloon that goes to distant places and finds people, and you get to do little quest lines with them. So I've completed 2 of those, but we have 2 more to do, so we'll get to see some of those on stream. Basically, this was a scenario that I've already completed, but what I'm doing now is, this is kind of the end of the game thing, is you build a society where you can build this giant beacon. So I have built the base for the beacon. To be able to continue building the beacon, I have to have a few more settlers than I do now, and then we actually build it. So I figured we'd just kind of hang out while I try to complete this beacon. I have done it in the game before, but it's been a while, because it's something you only do, like, really, really late in a file. But, like, these are solar panels. Here, I can go ahead and start the game. Solar panels, wind energy. Solar panels, you can stick next to each other. Wind energy, you can't stick next to each other. Otherwise, they're less efficient. You can. They'll just generate less energy. These are greenhouses that are growing plants. If you look down here, there's this angry red button. Means that these are the seasons. So it's basically rain, not rain, and drought are the 3 seasons in the world, such as it is right now. So greenhouses will continue to grow food even in a drought. Most of my spaces, though, I have these irrigation booths, which keep rain in areas as well. I also have recently learned to slap irrigation zones down everywhere. Because basically, your irrigation takes your water. Your water you've filtered to not be irradiated, right? So, like, this is a rainwater catcher. The rainwater is irradiated, so it comes in here and gets irradiated. But then it goes into the water tower, and the water tower filters it. So then you take your filtered water, stick it in an irrigation thing, and then see all of these angry colors? This is like the amount of radiation in the area. So green is kind of irradiated, yellow is more irradiated, and red, nothing is red right now, but red is like super irradiated. Well, the water actually cleans out the ground. So like here you can see like a little bit of radiation, but because I put down irrigation areas, even where I don't intend to farm, it keeps the area from having radiation, which is actually a really cool feature that I only just in these last couple of days playing it realized, oh, you know, it's actually a good use of my water resources to just keep radiation away. That's kind of a tip. And then you grow different things, so like bell peppers, zucchini. A lot of these fields too are things that you don't necessarily eat. I get wheat to make beer. You have hemp, and with hemp you can weave hemp into fabric. I have that here. You could also use hemp to make joints. You have pubs where you can make different kinds of food. I have hard liquor joint, beer, and coffee. They do different things for your workers. I have 3 going right now, so one's making liquor, one's making joints, one's making beer. I can alternate between that. I just happen to have a lot of coffee. Like, I have a coffee stockpile right now, so I don't need anybody making coffee. But if I were to open a 4th one, I'd probably just keep variation up. You can see that up here too. Right now I have 35 different types of food. When you start the game, you have 4 types of food. So again, that's how far into the game we are. More types of food, the healthier your people are. And it's pretty interesting. So the map's full of scrap. So scrap is out here. These are just scrap piles, broken down buildings. Trees make wood. Use wood and scrap to make materials. So over here we're making cloth, metals, plastics, and electronic chips, basically, out of this stuff. You use that stuff and wood to make equipment. So like if you're walking through radiation, you know, it helps you not be irradiated. It helps you make tools so you can build better stuff. You can mine for coal, or you can burn wood into coal, and then you use coal plus other stuff you can collect, like sand, cement, to make concrete, to make glass and strengthened metal. That's actually DLC stuff. So it's a very interesting system that might seem a little overwhelming now, because like when you start you have shacks, and I've upgraded from shacks to better shacks to actual houses. But I really like the artwork in the game. I think it's really pretty. My only complaint about the artwork is sometimes it's a little samey. So like I can't tell what a building is just by looking at it, because it has this aesthetic on every building. But the art is honestly so cool. Like just the details, like the plastic tarps on the rainwater collectors. The sounds are all cool. The people are cool. It's just a neat little game. So we're actually going to kick it in fast mode. But I've been completely addicted with playing this all week, and I haven't streamed. And I was like, well, I know we still have that DLC for Tomb Raider to get through and everything, but like, honestly, this is what I want to play. So this is your forum where your people can come and you can make decrees. So in this case, like, I just gave over all of these random resources, and it gave me a research point that I don't really need, but I have it. Here, this is an opportunity. We're gonna hunt for meat. Again, we've already hit our food capacity again. But that'll let us discover things. There's honestly not a lot to discover, because again, we're towards the end. At this point, I have more than enough of everything. I'm just trying to build up enough to keep building my society so I can finish the tower. So right now, the fact that I have all this food surplus, what I'm actually going to do is keep looking for survivors, which is one of the best ways to get more people in your city. So up here, this is my adult population. This is my child population. So you will get more adults as your people have children, but people also die of old age. So you can do that to sustain your population, but looking for more survivors is usually the best way to get more. I have what are called shelters. Shelters, multiple people, like a lot of people can live in, but because there's no privacy, they don't have children. You can have these smaller homes that will actually have like private apartments in them, and people, because they have privacy, will have children. So you want to balance out to the number of like shelters you have and the amount of houses you have for population regulation. So here, hey chief, we just picked up a radio message. There are survivors from another end zone. They want to join us. So to get them to join, we have to prove that we're worth it. So they're going to want to see that we can produce food, water, metal tools, and radiation suits. Which is actually kind of a problem because I'm not going to keep producing more because I actually already have a bunch. So at my workshops, I can make scrap tools and metal tools. Metal tools just cost more resources. That's the only reason why you would do one over another. And my tailor shops where they make clothes, we'll just set everything to radiation suits. Radiation suits take more resources, and because we don't really need a lot of radiation protection right now because I've been able to keep the radiation out of our cities, I don't always have that selected. We also have a merchant in here. There's, I think, 5 different merchants in the game. They all have their own personalities. This guy's really fun. Ole Sorensen, I think he's some kind of Norwegian.
Lands once again in this gorgeous oasis of culinary, well-educated folks. Today, we have a whole
just because of the weird O.
Edible treats on offer, specially assorted just for you.
So he can get different food. So this means he has food, but it's irradiated. So if we got it, we would have to clean it, which we absolutely can. So this is the stuff he's looking for, and it tells me if I have it. So right now, I actually thought I had a coffee surplus. I don't. So I'll probably go and select some coffee. But I have 216 hard liquors I can give him. I have well more sand than he's looking for. I have 1,600 sand. He's only looking for about 180. Same with cement. Same with wheat. You can buy deer from him. I don't need to because I have all of the domesticated animal in the game that I need at this time. So I'm just going to kind of go through. He doesn't really have anything I really need either. So I think what I'm going to do is these expedition rations. I like to have a lot of them on hand because of the stuff I'm doing with the balloons. And rather than make them, I can just trade for them. So I can go, okay, I have more than enough sand. So it's like anything else with trading. I can say, oh, I'll offer you this much, and he won't really want to take that deal because it's not very fair to him. Gray is pretty even, and green means he's going to really love it because I'm giving him more than what he really needs. So this means he really likes me.
This really still is my favorite place to come to. If we can agree on the terms, then I'd enjoy drinking a toast to this deal with you. And the drink's on me.
So he's pretty cool. Hunter found something, so that means this first stage of this went through. Basically it means I found enough meat. So now he's like, go look for plants. And so he wants me to find plants to continue that. That becomes a problem because I'm already at max. Really what this just means is I have a lot of room to grow, so I can just kind of, with abandon, start bringing in survivors to the town. I have more than enough room for them. And because I need to have more survivors in order to continue to build the tower, that's really what I'm going to work on. And that's just going to take time, because it involves making the things that they want to make. Now, I'm not super worried about failing this side task with the herbs, just because the bonus for it is going to be pretty small compared to like what I already have. So I'm not really going to stress about this. If this was earlier in the game, I would care a lot more, because by doing this, I'm going to get a seed that I don't already have. In this case, I have all of the seeds that you can discover on this map, not using the DLC stuff, which is going on with this balloon. The balloon is coming back. Expedition is returning. And we'll be able to start a new storyline. Like I said, I have 2 storylines left there. Now, when Ol goes away here, I have the ability to pick which trader comes to town. You don't start with that ability. I, again, have gained that ability. I'm going to pick my buddy Rusty here. Rusty always has a lot of metal tools, and so I can just buy metal tools off of him, and that will make this go faster. Once we're done with Rusty, I'll go to another lady who's on here, and she always has radiation suits. And that way I can just trade for them, and it'll let me get this faster and move things along. You can see this is my electrical grid, which is really frustrating. The electricity system in the game works. Like, I don't have it, like, I can't say it doesn't work, but it just feels cumbersome to me. But I have these solar panels. They generate usually 5,000 units of energy. Mine do 6,000 because of a quest I completed. Solar panels only work during the day, so at night they don't generate power. They're the best way to generate power, but you won't have any at night. Wind turbines generate power all of the time, but they generate significantly less, and they can't be next to each other, so you can't have like a whole bunch. So then what you do is you have these batteries. Batteries will store power for you. Because I think it's just how the game works, only one battery charges at a time. But it looks like all my batteries are fully charged. So the batteries then power the town at night. So I think what I might want to do, since all of my batteries are fully charged, I might want to build another battery. I like to spread the batteries around a little bit, just because that way if they take, like, a whole region were to take damage, the batteries are spread around. I guess I'm really not as fluent with the game as I should be to know if that's actually a viable strategy I should do or not, but it's what I do. You can go talk to Rusty.
Sure is shooting. He's back again.
Again.
The fabulous, one and only, incredibly charming Rusty Rolf. And extra special just for you. Yep, neither sandstorm nor toxic cloud nor bloodthirsty raider can keep me from flim-flamming my best customers. Naturally, I mean from making them happy.
Rusty's a funny guy. So he has a bunch of metal tools. He will take water. Water is the thing I feel the most comfortable losing some of now, even though I actually have quite a few of these things. So we're just going to go through that deal.
I knew for a fact I could rely on you again. Simply warms the heart to see such a good deal. Great! My regular customer of the month. No, the year. Heck, what am I going on about? A regular of mine who can't be beat.
And so they just really like me because I always give them deals in their favor. And it means that they bring me better stuff. Now, if you have high favor with them, if there's something you really, really want and you just don't have what they're looking for, they will do a bad trade with you once in a while. You just can't do that all the time. So here, because it's raining and dark, you can see my solar panels are red. That means they're not producing energy, so we're drawing power from the batteries. But the batteries mean we have power at night. And obviously the wind energy is still doing wind energy. It's just 360 power versus 6,000. So it would take like a little less than 20 of these to make one solar panel. So you're just not going to be able to compete. So the electricity is about a mid-game thing. You can really start it whenever you want, but it's probably more of a mid-game thing. Attractiveness, too, for homes is helpful. Settlers are happier in homes that are prettier. You don't necessarily need something to be like 47, but anything in the green just keeps your people happier. And happier people have more children, they work faster, they live longer, that sort of thing. All pretty normal stuff. This tells you how moist soil is. I don't really worry about this as much. I don't know if maybe I should be. If you're making farms, it's very helpful. but because I just end up irradiating or not irradiating, I was looking at the red, just because I end up using the irrigation farms anyway, I don't have to worry about it quite as much. This tree patch, oh, here's a dust storm. So dust storms tend to come in after droughts. It's that angry red line there. It's going to come through and just hit a wave of dust over the whole town. These are really annoying early game because when it goes through, it damages your buildings and they have to be repaired, and that uses up scrap, and early game scrap is way, way more valuable. In this case, though, I have researched what's called durable buildings. So if we hop over here, I researched this, which made our homes more resistant to sandstorms and raider attacks. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a raider attack as well, but those are randomized. I don't think we have anything left to research. This is something I gained through a quest. This is something I gained through a quest. So I can't just do that on my own. Now what I can do, there's something I don't do very often, but over here with these decrees, actually I'll show you guys, is I can do, oh, it's because it's already over there. Knowledge transfer, all uneducated adults are educated. This decree consumes 2 knowledge accumulated at the research station. I don't tend to do this very often, but now that I have nothing else to spend research points on, I can, but I probably won't, because what I really am going to do is immunity. That just means everybody takes medicine even if they don't need it, so they stay healthier. That's very, very useful. If we look here, we've been producing very few herbs because of stuff. Okay, so if we look here, making good time on metal tools, I think we're going to switch over to our friend Susan Melfi. Susan Melfi might be my favorite just as a person. I think she's very sweet. She's actually a meteorologist, which I think is kind of cool. The notion of a meteorologist in the apocalypse. Actually, that reminds me, one thing I haven't built is a weather station, because I have no plastic. God, I did not realize I have no plastic. We need to keep cloth. But we need plastic also. Susan will have plastic too, usually, so that'll be good. I don't usually build a weather station, just because by this point, by the time I get a weather station, contamination is usually not an issue for me. But we might as well, just so you guys can see it. I'll build it over here. I think another thing we should do, we should get some watchtowers over here if we're building out over here. I think that would be wise. We'll have time if there's a raider attack to compensate, but another thing I was thinking about doing is, these are individual places that make specific items, but I also have this refinery that makes a little bit of everything, and I've been thinking about just building another refinery and getting rid of these smaller buildings. Wow, excuse me. I don't think it would be a bad idea.
I wish you a lovely day. I'm glad to be able to be back here again. I've packed a whole range of, super awesome things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in something.
So she has radiation suits, but she also has more metal tools. We need more metal tools to finish. So this will help towards both. I don't really necessarily want to give these up, but I would like to also just get some plastic from her, because I have very little plastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's great. So that should more than do it for tools for us, so I won't really have to increase this production number. We'll just get them from her, and that will that will probably kick over the radiation suits if we don't get there ourselves. That's going to give us 170 people. So that's going to be very, very helpful. And I'm obviously... Thank you. Got some allergies going on. Oh, the balloon's back too. We can set that up. If I go over anything too fast and you guys would like to know more about anything or anything, just let me know. I don't want to bore anybody. But I also... am happy to explain anything. If I'm not explaining something, I assure you, I'm happy to. So let's get this balloon set up. Takes a long time. Okay, so we can start a trade mission. So this little girl's who I helped out in the last story.
Oh, it's you. How are you doing? Everything's fantastic on our side. We've fished tons of stuff out of the ocean.
They're basically a bunch of children who have a ship. Kind of strange.
But I thought maybe you can put it to good use, okay?
One last thing, it hasn't rained anymore for several days, slowly getting a little nervous, stays that way.
Wow.
So, basically, I sent her a bunch of water, which we have plenty of water, and we got electronics. Hey! The deal closed and we got the people. That's excellent news. There's a lot happening all at once here. So, she I've done trades with, and I can do trades with this person as well, if I want to. But we're going to go to the expedition window. So I have done the east, which was that guy, old guy, and I've done the south, which is those children, so let's do the new one.
If anyone can hear us, we've gotten stuck en route and have some problems. We've run out of water. Any kind of help would be welcome here. If you can hear us out there, we're going to radio through our coordinates now. Water. We need water.
Let's go help out. I'm going to take out adults, or old adults and very old adults, see if we can do this with just adults or young adults. So these are badges. These mean these people are particularly skilled at specific things. So this person is a skilled farmer. This person is a skilled irrigator. This person is a skilled water carrier. A very specific job. This person is a skilled cook. So I'm going to take these people who are skilled in these specific things to kind of handle stuff. We're going to take water to take them water provisions. These are going to be food. We can give someone. We're going to take tools for everybody. And then expedition rations are basically action points. So I want to take several of these. I need to take one ration for each person for each action point. So since I'm taking 3 people, it will take 3 expedition rations to get 1 action point. If I only took 1 person, it'd be 1 ration for 1 action point. So less people means you don't have to have as many rations, but you also have less people to carry things back with you. Although on the balloon missions, that tends to not really be an issue. 25 action points seems to be pretty safe for these. The smaller missions that are on the same map, really, unless it's one of the really specific ones, it's 10 is probably plenty. But these are just longer and they take longer to get to. So now these people will gather their resources and travel. That's actually going to take kind of a minute to do. I'm going to switch this back to random. I like to keep the traders coming in at random unless I need something. So now we got the people. They are here. I now have several people that I can assign to different jobs. But if I do these other tasks, then I will get more bonuses for them. That's basically how that's going to go. So they want 3 more campfires and some hard liquor. So, hard liquor is just made at the pubs. I'm already making hard liquor at some of them. I'm going to actually switch this one over to coffee because I didn't realize I was out of coffee. We'll make hard liquor at the other 2. This will be pretty easy to achieve in time. I now have more than enough settlers to start building this too, but we'll get to that in a second. So now I need to build 3 more campfires, which actually gets really annoying because campfires take up a lot of space. But basically, it's places for, like, this much space for a campfire. But it's a space for people to go and hang out. We can put one by the beacon. That seems sensible. right? Like, oh hey, there's a campfire by the big pretty thing. I need to build 3 more. I'm trying to build them in places where I don't already have one, which is almost nowhere. I mean, like, really almost nowhere. I can eat into my forest a little bit and put one there. So those will just build themselves. Now that that's addressed, we'll put the game in a faster speed. Let's get people assigned to jobs. More water carriers means more water can be collected. More farmers means more food can be collected, but we've been maxing out on food, so I'm not really worried about that at this time. There's a reason why I don't max out morticians, and I'm sure the opportunity will present itself for me to show you why. We're building a lot of things right now, so I'll up our number of builders. But just having settlers so they don't have a specific job actually just leaves more people open to do random odds and end tasks, which is actually a really good thing for us. So I think we just max out water carriers. I don't see a reason to not. And we'll add more militia. It's really nice to get to a point where you have enough people that you can just keep people assigned to militia. But I think this is also a sign that I can just get more stuff built. So I'm going to do what I talked about. We're going to go into resources and get a refinery. Probably put this refinery by the other refinery if I can. Red just means I can't build it there, right? So I'm just trying to make this fit in here as best I can. I'd really like to fit it here, and it looks like it's not going to work. What if I turn it? No. See, I don't want to go in here because this is the forest I maintain, so I have quick access to wood. This, I don't want to put a refinery here because I want it to stay pretty. I also kind of want to keep the refinery close to my scrapyards. This is proving a bit of a situation. I guess I could put it here on the other side of the batteries, which is a little weird. But it's also very far away from the scrapyard. So at that point, I might as well put it somewhere else. I gotta deal with that trader here in a second, too. You know, let's just put the refinery up here. It's gonna be a bit of a ways away from my scrapyards, but that's okay. This round. Do I have any active quests? We're really close on herbs. I don't think we're gonna make it though. Kibara!
Hey, if that isn't my absolute favorite customer. Sure it is. Have faith in old T-Barra. She knows them all. Once again, T-Barra's got only her very best stuff along. Take your sweet time. T-Barra's got to quiet down her lungs again.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get enough herbs to fix that quest. I don't think we're going to make it. T-Barra has a lot of stuff I'd like. I'd like to get the neck scarves and the cloth, but I can just have T-Barra come back. So this is about as many herbs as I need to beat the quest, and we'll minimize the amount of stuff that needs to be grabbed in order to do it.
You really do always know how to make an elderly woman's heart beat faster. No, honestly, I could kiss you. Old T-Barra doesn't want to move on yet. Not one bit.
She's always got the joints, too, so she's a bit like a post-apocalyptic Willie Nelson, I feel. So up here I'm building this thing. So we're going to go into logistics and build a road. There's different types of roads. Dirt road is what you start with. Yep, all over for nothing. So we didn't get it. That's alright. That was just that side quest, the one that I said I wasn't stressed about. Paved road, people just move faster, which is good. We missed it by that much, though, because if that trade had gone through. I'm going to have T-Barra come back. as my next person, so I can get cloth from her. You can see the hard liquor's coming in just fine all on its own, and the campfires are being built. I'll say make sure we build this thing next. And once the campfires are built, we'll be good to go. I think what I could do also is if I have a refinery up here, what I might do is tear down... I don't need a third scrapyard, but I might tear down one of my scrapyards and rebuild it up here. And then keep one here. So if I look here... No, that's not what I'm looking for. So you probably should change your area of operation anyway. Where is the scrap? This is where I was saying, like, I can't tell what anything looks like. Okay, this scrapyard is collecting from here. These are scrap catchers. Eventually, the scrap, you've gotten all the stuff that's close to you. So these kind of collect scrap in the air, especially during dust storms, so you can collect them. Here, all of the settlers that just kind of came in are sick, so that lets us take care of them. We'll do a feast. So I just spend a bunch of food and water, and people eat a lot and are happy. We're going to do immunity. Let's go ahead and do knowledge transfer now. Yes, I want to keep my town growing, but we can grow it again after we build the next thing. And then we'll go to this. So you're going to want medicines. I wish I would have started that before I just got medicines as a reward. That would have been really helpful. Okay. T-Bar!
Hey, if that isn't my absolute favorite.
So we're going to go
customer.
lots of cloth.
Sure it is.
Or lots...
Have faith in old T.
Oh, that's not
She
food.
knows
That's
them
hearty
all.
meals. Interesting. Okay.
Once again, T-Bara's
That's fine.
got only her very best stuff along. Take your sweet time. Ha!
There. So now I'll get 270 things of cloth, which is going to be very, very helpful for the cloth I need to do things. So this is getting built over there. So I determined that this scrap catcher is here, right? So I'm going to go to I'll go to my other scrapyard, which is here. And I think what I'm actually going to do is demolish this scrapyard. Because you can't just move buildings, I don't think. I'm going to go here and grab this building here. And put this scrapyard up here. Because I don't need 3 scrapyards. I'm gathering enough scrap all on its own. What I'll do is I'll put this scrapyard up here. And what that'll do for me is now scrap will get collected and brought here, and then it'll go to the refinery, which will make materials, and then those materials will go to my concrete factory and my materials factory to make more things, which is going to be really cool. So that's going to make all of this work way better. So I'm going to go... I'm not going to mess with the refinery numbers right now for reasons. We can put scrap collectors back up. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell it build faster. But I'm going to say gather from over here. There's a whole buttload of scrap that you just have to go over there to get. And this refinery is going to get to work. And now that I have that refinery up and running, what I'm actually going to do is take down these 4 buildings. I may come to regret this. I might leave that one. Well, we'll see. Because what I can do now is put other things here. Specifically, a watchtower. This is like a big, giant, gaping hole in my defenses. And every time we have raiders, it gets trashed. Because there's no towers like in here. So I'm going to put a watchtower in here. That's going to be one of the main things I do. And I don't really know what I'm going to put here. I might move the forester also. That might not be a bad idea because then I'll have all of this space here to do something. I just don't know. I could put more water collection in, but I don't really need more water collection. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. but kind of change up what's here in the middle. There's no quest there. There's no quest there. I don't need T-Bara specifically again. So this is going to keep making materials for us. And then what I'm going to do is come over here to this tower and tell it work on upgrading. So it's going to need 325 pieces of wood, which is a lot of wood. 250 pieces of concrete, which we have. 53 pieces of strengthened metal, which we will get to. Some electronics, and then it'll build the next level. And when it builds the next level, we will be another step towards building the beacon. It's just a lot of management. Our balloon is still here because it takes a very long time to gather resources. And the reason for that is largely my fault. So the expedition building makes the expedition rations. And apparently is the storage repository for all of them, which is strange to me. They don't... I think there's probably a way for me to mark a warehouse as, like, store stuff here, but I don't know how to do it. So anyway, the expedition rations have to get moved from all the way over here to all the way over here. And that's because this is a very early game building for me, and this is a very late game building for me, at least the way I play. And so people are having to run a long way, which is not how they should have to do it. So that's my own fault. Oh my god, you want me to build more tailor shops? I don't want more tailor shops. Okay. So this is just a quest because I'm running short on stuff. They're like, oh, you need to make more tailor shops and do stuff. I'm like, well, no, it's because I was on radiation suits. So we're going to switch all these to radiation masks. And these will just start working on radiation masks. And I'll build the 3 more tailor shops. I may just end up demolishing them when we're done. They only have to be tailor shops, not upgraded ones, which is fine. And we'll just flap these down up here. But I don't know that I want them. Because I feel like that's actually more tailor shops than I need. Now, we'll go talk to Rusty. So we need activated carbon masks, but we're also just short on stuff in general. And we either need to get rid of medicine so that I can keep making medicine, because I keep hitting my production limit, or we need to just pick up some medicine so we can work on this side task. So let's go talk to Rusty.
Sure is shooting. He's back again. The
That's,
fabulous, one and only, incredibly charming Rusty Rolf. And extra special just for you. Yep, neither sandstorm nor toxic cloud nor bloodthirsty raider can keep me from flim-flamming my best customers. Naturally, I mean from making them happy.
So it doesn't really have anything I need. I'll just go ahead and grab hard liquor. It never hurts to have more stuff that improves people's moods. Let's check on all of this. Let's go back to making joints, beer, and coffee still. Since we're about to get hard liquor in, I don't have to keep making it. And we'll go back to fast speed. You can just see all the people running around. Some of these guys are just idling, apparently. I think those would be the settlers that I don't have doing anything. So we'll go ahead and just assign as many of them as we can, I guess. Just to have them do something. Oh, we can do that. We can do that. So we have plenty of people. I have more people than I have jobs for them to do. And we can keep getting more people because we're still making more food than they can eat at the moment, which is good. this won't be a problem. And the hardest part of this is actually going to be building the shops. Maybe I'll keep them up for the time being, just because I think the problem is that I need more cloth. So let's... Did I get rid of all of them? So we need cloth. But honestly, I think I'm better off just trading for this stuff half the time. So the hardest part with this is going to be really just the time it takes to get here with all of this stuff. Like, it hasn't even started moving the wood yet. So it's just going to be a time game. And we're getting this figured out too. Let's remove radiation from where I don't have irrigation, keeping us safe. Since I have people who need something to do. That will give them tasks. Let's go check out this weather station. We built it, but we haven't really been here to see what's going on. So, set the rain contamination level at which respective buildings are supposed to be covered to protect them. So we can cover fields from irradiated rain or rainwater collectors. So we'll cover them in times of high radiation. We have more than enough kits and stuff to clean out food. I think that's fine. But we'll let this cover the food in case of more contaminated rain. This is just a cool looking thing. Alright, we got Rusty, who's not necessarily... Oh, no, we don't. It's Ole.
Ole Sorensen lands once again in this gorgeous oasis of culinary, well-educated folks. Today, we have a whole range of treasured edible treats on offer, specially assorted just for you.
We'll get some beer for some medicines. And we'll do the medicines because that will let me make more medicines. Because I guarantee you my primary problem is that I have too many. And it won't let me make more. So here you can see a drought. There's no water because we are in a drought season. Which means like my pumping station stops working. These are fishing areas. They won't work in a drought. That kind of thing. You can hear the chickens. I really like how all the animals look. So they're all kind of like weird versions. Like these are buffalo, which are really just cows. But like if you look at them, I don't know how well that comes through, but they have weird skin things going on. They don't have fur. The goats have like different kind of horns, I feel like, than goats normally have. Those look more normal. Deer also look a little bit more normal, but like they have crazy branches, their skin tone's a little different. Wild boar. Those look pretty similar. Again, just a color palette difference. The chickens look real different if you look at those. They've got like the very fancy chicken fluff going. And then where are my rabbits? The rabbits are the best things. I have a rabbit pasture around here somewhere. Hold on. Here, there it was. Hares. They're all like jackalopes. I don't know if you can see it well on the stream, but they have like weird antlers. I think I can click on a rabbit specifically, but maybe not. I think I can if they're in the wild, but not if they're in here. It's just kind of cool. So here's another cool thing I can show you. Hold on. Where am I? I'm disoriented. Okay, there we go. In my town hall, my people will occasionally... Jackalopes, it's really cool. My people will occasionally make demands. And if I meet the demands, they stay happy. If I don't meet the demands, they, like, steal a bunch of food. So in this case, you want me to build 2 pumping stations. I already have one, so they just have to build a second one. On the other one, I have to fulfill their demands for beer, which I can get either through trading or through something else. Let's go ahead and do a pumping station because I just think that's a good idea. I'm not going to select the demand yet, though, because basically I have until this goes through to pick a demand, and then I get a new time bar to build the other thing. So sometimes if building is going slow for whatever reason, it's actually kind of better to just eat as much time as you can. So we'll go over here. I'm assuming there's there's no efficiency problem if I put it in the same area. Do I have to just put it in the same area? I put it here, since I opened this space up. So I put it, nah, it can go here. Pumping stations are cool because they will automatically send water to an area. Actually, I take that back. They will automatically send it, but I have to put them in the radius of something, which will actually make it kind of a problem. So we're going to do a pumping station here, because then it's already going to be in the radius of my water tower. So like if I click on a water tower, that circle, this water tower will collect water from anything in this circle. So this way, that pumping station will be connected to several things. And now we can get a trade. So let's see. We are so effing close. I need 3 more medicines. 3 more medicines. I think that would be the sound of I just did it. We did it. We actually made a medicine one for a change, which is cool. Now it wants me to get more herbs. Which is just another section of this. Okay, so let's go talk to Susan.
I wish you a lovely day. I'm glad to be able to be back here again. I've packed a whole range of, super awesome things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in something.
Do a combination here. And go for the radiation suits, I think. And everything else we have plenty. Just do this. Nope. I want to give her a fair trio.
Fantastic. It's a fact that one can always do good business with you. If it keeps going like this, soon I won't need any other customers at all. Can we shake hands on this deal?
Sure can. I need cloth again, so I think we'll have to go for T-Bara. How much hemp do I have? Should I just build another hemp weaving mill? No, because I don't have enough hemp. Probably because I'm making joints somewhere. Hold on. Beer, coffee, hard liquor. We'll go off of making joints. I should probably just be making more hemp. I'm really going to use the hemp for this stuff. See, I have room for the hemp fields over here. Then they're going to have to go all the way over there. Hey! Oh, we fulfilled their demand. That's what they're happy about. Now we gotta conclude work on the beacon. Oh, we must have built the beacon. Yeah, okay. Now we ought to conclude the work in the beacon laying. Our tower is not solely expression or success. It is supposed to provide an orientation to those who are searching for a better life in this world. All of you are welcome. Alright, we can go ahead and keep building. We don't need more people. 500 wood, 325 concrete, 60 strength and metal, 53 electronics, 55 glass to get this sucker built. And then I have to connect the power supply, which is already mostly set. Nothing says, come check out our beacon, like some hemp fields. Trader is here. The pineapple are cool. I have those going in here right now. So you can't see them as well. So we aren't done with this demand. How are we doing? Oh, because we had to build the thing. It's already built. So we're going to view demands. Oh no, they made it. Oh, they're sneaky little jerks. The sneaky little jerks. Okay. They bumped it up to 3 because I built one. Fine. The game is auto-saving. My plan would have worked if I was paying attention and didn't get distracted, but I did, so my plan didn't work. Pretty much what happened there. Well, we can just build this one over here. Fine. This thing's already full anyway. We'll tell it to talk to this pumping station. That way something talks to it. Herbs. We need herbs. I need to either get rid of herbs or I need to acquire herbs.
Shooting, he's back again.
He doesn't want
the
herbs.
Fabulous, one and only, incredibly
charming, Rusty Rhodes.
And extra special just for you. Yep, neither sandstorm nor toxic cloud nor bloodthirsty raider can keep me from flim-flamming my best customers.
Can't keep him from flim-flamming.
Naturally, I mean from making them happy.
So we might wrap this up pretty quick, in which case I still feel it'd be a pretty short stream. We can just start a new place and then you guys can see the end. Oh god. We had a mass population drop off there. Look at that. We went down about 100 people. Whoops, I was not paying attention. That happened. So the way it works is as somebody might die out from a particular who worked in a particular job. Their spot when they die will automatically just be filled by somebody who's a settler. So what was happening there is people were dying and I didn't have settlers to replace them with. So what we can do is come over here and grab search for survivors. Just get some of those people back. Not that we super need them, but I do. Now, even when I get the beacon built, though, to be honest, I may keep playing just because I want to keep doing the balloon stuff. So you guys want herbs and you want medicine. I may just have to say let in more herbs. Let's kind of go through here to see what we're all looking at. We have more than enough carbon masks, so let's just divvy these up. Actually, the other thing we can do, let's go ahead and take down these other ones that these were the ones I added for that quest. I really don't need them. We have a surplus again. It's not that big of a deal. Rather than maintain these, let's just remove them. Because the other problem is anytime I get one of those quests, it's going to keep telling me to build tailor shops. So if I take them down, then I don't have to build as many the next time. Metal tools are better than scrap tools, but sometimes you can trade scrap tools. So when I fill up on metal tools, a lot of times I just go back to making scrap tools. Now let's go through here and look at it. Offers what? It's not telling me what they would like in return. But if they offer herbs, they don't want herbs. Kind of how I look at it. Which is why I don't necessarily want T-Bar. Who else offers cloth? Anybody else? No. Although wood's not bad from you. Okay, we'll just let it be random. Make a little pesto with all of the herbs. Exactly. I wish. I wish. Keep immunity going. Immunity means people make more medicine. As they make more medicine, they use the herbs. Unfortunately, they're only healing herbs. They're not cooking herbs. Everybody's sick. The other building I have going here, I haven't shown you guys, is schools. So schools teach people, makes them better when they're grown up. Okay, as you can see, the balloon is on its way. One thing I might do also is I might actually, I think we're gonna destroy the expedition station and rebuild it over here, because then it's gonna make it easier to supply that area. And the reason why I did that is I can only have one expedition station. Enhances pesto. Exactly. So this is still kind of a hike, but not a bad one. New pumping station has turned out fantastic. Shining example. We're not only workers, we're part of the righteous community. That's why so many people come here searching for a better life. Yay. 78 unhoused people. That doesn't sound right. It wasn't right. It corrected itself. Honestly, I don't even know if I need an expedition station, because Ol has so many. Just gonna buy herbs.
If that isn't my absolute favorite customer. Sure it is. Have faith in old T-Barra. She knows them all.
Honestly,
Once
I have
again,
so many metal
T-Barra's
tools
got only her very best
from the various
stuff
quests.
Take yours.
Okay, that's gonna be 1,100 herbs, which will definitely get us there. As long as people actually fulfill those trade orders fast, which they may not. But now, hopefully, it's just a matter of going like this to get them what they need. Here, I'm gonna remove codes. Oh, that would have been way easier if I had paid attention to that button's existence. but I didn't, so, you know. If I do this, does that mean I can just... Oh, wow. That would have been way easier than what I did. Now that I know this button exists, that's gonna change everything for me. Oh, here we go! Finally can show you guys this.
Thank God. Somebody tracked our radio message. We tried so often, we got to the point where we didn't believe that anyone was going to come anymore.
How can we help?
Jess, come here.
Oh,
There are
I got
people
really
here who
confused
might
for a
be able to
second.
help us. Our radio message
I was like,
actually
I don't think I
reached
put my
someone.
name into this
By the
game.
way, I'm Ella, and I drive the train. Pleased to meet you.
How do you know where to turn?
At last, somebody's heard us. I'm Jess. As a botanist, I take care of the plants here. The best
guess
thing would
that's
be
me.
for Ella to show you the rest of the train because I have a lot to do at the moment so that my little seedlings don't wither away.
Yes, let me briefly explain the situation. We remodeled this train and turned it into our rolling home. Survival simply wasn't
It's like
possible anymore
Snowpiercer,
where
but
we
not
come
in the
from.
snow.
Everything was contaminated with radiation and dried
I don't
up.
think I've actually done this
Now
mission
we're en
before.
route to a better future. Except that, unfortunately, we're stuck here because our water supply is running out. And we can't get any farther like this.
I feel like that's the same last name. Pardon me. Same last name as another recurring character in the game, but I
We
can't
were
remember.
forced to decide whether we hold on to the remaining water for drinking or use it to run the locomotive boiler. Naturally, we rationed
Nuclear
water to our
piercer.
people. But now the tank's almost empty, and then we won't have a drop left. There's nothing except dust and sand around here.
Dust
It's
piercer, maybe?
exasperating. Do you have an idea?
Continue. Alright. Boss, we could give these people some of our water if we could only get this tanker open. It's completely rusted. Wait a sec, here's an opening. Expert says he's seen this before. Apparently it's a filler pipe specifically for refilling. It's open, boss. With a bit of patience and a deft touch, we got the nozzle open, we used the opportunity and cleaned it too.
Oh, God. I'd really hoped there'd be at least a little bit left in the tank. But the status quo is truly a gaping void. Damn it! We'll never get the train away from here like this. Please, help us. You do have water with you, don't you?
We brought as much water with us as our balloon could carry. That's not entirely true. This should last you a while.
Thanks a lot for your help. That amount ought to be enough for the time being. Hopefully we'll find a lake or something like it soon. But with this, we'll be able to start up the engine again, and certainly make it to the next source of water. It's
No
a
problem.
lucky thing you responded to our radio signal and helped us. I already thought we were going to die of thirst here, but we've survived it now. This train is nothing to sneeze at, isn't it? Go take a look around. Maybe you can help out some more here and there.
What luck that we have water again now. That's called a rescue in direst need. But just look at them. My little beauties. The last few days, I had to use my own water ration to get them through it. Plants are living things too.
Yes, I think you should water the plants instead of yourself.
This greenhouse on wheels is simply fantastic.
That
you
is
know.
pretty cool, I can't
Whenever
lie.
I find a plant that survived out here, I plant it right away. But ever since our water's been in short supply, I've sadly had to let some of the plants die. Is there any chance you could help me pot the last seedlings I was still able to rescue and perk them up?
Sure.
Really? Great. What would we be without plants, The heat tormented my little ones here the same as it did to us human beings. Except that they can't be heard when they call for help. To get
'Cause-
these
'cause
little
they don't.
rascals fit again, we'll have to take care of
Just
the
like you
soil.
to know that they
It's all
don't.
dried
Okay.
out and low on nutrients.
Okay. Boss, the planters are full of old roots. The soil is really hard. I guess we need to get rid of the old plants and prepare the soil. Our expert can show us how to do it right, which is why we brought the farmer person.
That looks very good. The soil is much looser, and you've removed the withered specimens.
Hey, look,
We can
herbs.
work with that.
So these are rewards we get from doing these. Now what?
Very good. The boxes are already prepared for a start. Unfortunately, all my sunflowers died.
This
They
guy's
simply
just
didn't
over here
survive the lack
strumming.
of water. On the other hand, this way we have space for something new.
Ooh, I wonder if
I
this
want
means
to
I'll
hear
get
your
sunflowers from this
opinion.
quest.
What do you think I should plant instead?
Potatoes. Sugar. What is we planted potatoes instead? That is a typo. What if we planted potatoes instead? They're nutrition. I wonder if I can send this as a thing to the. I wonder if I can send that somewhere. What is we planted potatoes instead? They're nutritious and don't need much water. There are so many ways. Are potatoes nutritious? I love potatoes. But are potatoes nutritious? I don't know. These are sugar beet seedlings, aren't they, Jess? This is tripping me out. They provide a lot of energy and pretty low maintenance. Maybe it'd be best to play sugar beets. Let's do beets.
You're absolutely right. So I hit a bullseye with my hunch that you have a green thumb. To be honest, the others here on the train don't have a clue when it comes to plants.
That's a shame.
Now, could you also take a look at my irrigation system here? I built it to distribute our water to the plants more effectively. Well, what do you think? Can we put it into operation?
The hoses. Boss, a bunch of the hoses here lead to the planter's corner. A specialist, there's a drip in the irrigation system. That's a nifty term. The holes in the hoses are really so tiny that the water's only released through droplet for droplet. We ought to blow into the openings and free them from any deposits. Let's try that.
Simple technique.
Hey, it's sunflower seeds.
Less water consumption. That's the way it should be. Now that we've freed the hoses,
Potatoes are
the
more...
water will be properly distributed again. Top notch. Here, take these sunflower seeds as a thanks for your help. The flowers have dried up anyway, but new plants can be grown from the seeds. Maybe they'll grow better where you are, but take good care of them for me, okay?
Sorry, I didn't want to talk over her. Potatoes are the most calorie-dense veggie. I did not know that, because they're starches, right? Aren't they? I don't know. So if you only have one thing to eat, they're good to have. Interesting. Interesting. So in that case, there were two options. Basically, if I didn't have all of the experts or all of the supplies,
This is our
it's just a way to
materials
do
car. We toss
different things.
everything in here that we collect on the edge of the tracks. Some of the pieces lying in here were probably part of the train once too.
Interesting.
Time after time, we're able to use something from it
Time
for
after
repairs.
time.
Admittedly, we don't really have any actual use for a lot of it, and more or less just take it for a ride. I'm afraid that at some point an inventory would be called for.
Then show what you got.
What do you say about taking a look to see if there's something in it you could use? As thanks, so to speak, in return for you helping us with our problem with the water.
It's not thanks, so to speak. It is an actual thank you, because I did actually bring you things. Sheet metal. A lot of sheet metal. A lot of plastic. A lot of cables. I don't know if I'm only going to get one of them. I think I'd rather take metal if I only get one. What we do is make a pile of sheet metal. Oh, nope. Looks like I get to take all of it, assuming I have the action points for it. Simple buckets inside each other. We can transport a lot without wasting too much space. Oh, and I got some hard liquor. Cabals, electronics, more plastic, and some tools. I really asked myself what people need so many different plugs for, Chief. Instead of them just simply standardizing all the connections. Oh well. When you live where everything's... That's really funny. I really asked myself what people used to need so many different plugs for. Instead of them simply just standardizing all of the connections, oh well, when you live where everything's in abundance, you can probably allow yourself stuff like that. At any rate, we'll pack it all up.
Here is where we always all get together to prepare our meals. Although it's not as ritzy as it must have been way back when anymore, it does a good job of serving its purpose.
Makes sense.
Now that we have water again, we can finally cook up something decent too. Aha! You ask what's on the menu? Good question. We ought to talk about that. At any rate, I've put on some
Is this
thought.
where you tell me you're cannibals?
The way I pictured it. This
They don't know
here
a lot
is
about
going to be a
plants.
tasty stew. Although, it still tastes kind of bland. What do you think? What else should we add?
Not human, that's for sure. Grilled meat. Chief, there's a swivel grill here, and the smell of grilled meat is delightful. Somebody to stock with gusto. I would suggest a little cut of it to add up in the stew, wouldn't it? Our cook would cut up the charred spots. Apparently, a few of the steaks have been left on one side too long. Or The way it looks, the troops here still have a lot of potatoes along there. Basically, it was good in the soup, although if foods don't look too fresh, our farmer will take a quick look at them. So there's two options. Part of it is, say I didn't have a cook badge or a farmer badge, then this way I could still have an option even if I don't have both. But also you can see here there's this green bar. This green bar is 100%. It's actually a percentage. It's a probability thing. In this particular case, it happens to be 100%. But if my people were less happy back at the camp, that would lower the confidence. If they didn't have a badge, it would lower the confidence. So right now, it's really which one do I pick? We'll pick potatoes this time.
I must say, that smells really good
But,
already. No two
there can
ways
also be a
about
reason
it.
for it.
Jess's potatoes are simply first rate.
I
I
do
can
make good
hardly wait
potatoes.
for the meal to get started.
As long as it's potatoes and not
This
human.
stew really turned out to be wonderful. It's a sure thing it will give us strength for our journey. Thank you for helping us with the preparations. Is there any chance that you'd like to hand out the food to the crew now?
What does that mean? Crew. Jess. We gotta bring Jess a plate of food too. She's in her plant cart. Well, let's go get her a plate of food.
The food's ready. Say, that's nice of you to bring something by for me. But watch out that you don't spill anything and scald my sweeties.
I do not like sharing and just eat your soup. Like, don't be so spastic. Hey! Sorry, I don't think spastic's a good word, if I remember correctly. But I'm just irritated at her. Checking in because the Packers are trash today. That is a feeling. Let me tell ya. Actually, I think the Lions are doing decent, but MSU is trash this year because our coach was trash. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Top notch. Chief, I'm sure the whole community here would be... I'm playing the game that I was playing the other day when we were talking. This is one of the exploring things we can do. Top notch, Chief, the whole community would be happy about this feast.
Thanks a lot for bringing it by. As a result of the scarce water supplies, we've had to severely cut back on the food too, so that we don't dehydrate any further. Naturally, now everyone's positively famished.
Continue. Good, Chief. I think we've done what we could here. The most important thing was to make sure water supply. With the new supply, Ella, Jess, and the others should hopefully make the escape the drought. Homebound? I think so. Everything else is saying it's all done. There's nothing else to do here. It's time we packed up and got our things together.
What a shame. You were hardly here at all. Thanks for your help.
I really think it's
Truly.
possible they're cannibals.
Thank you
I'm just
so
saying.
much. It saved us. I think we'll be setting off on our way again soon.
Where's the hands?
too.
Do they have the shakes?
I wish you a safe trip
From
home.
Book of Eli. You can tell somebody's a cannibal because their hands shake.
You're heading off again? Be
Is
careful
everyone
with the
gonna...
seeds I've
This is
given
like
you.
such a Midwest
Take good
goodbye
care
right
of
now.
them so that they grow nicely too. Maybe we'll see each other again. Till then.
Get it? Till then. Chief, we gotta fly on. The train's already started moving. Loot and return. Loot. Usually expedition capacity is a big problem within the map, but anytime you're on a balloon trip, they do a pretty good job of just making sure you never have to leave something behind. Everyone was just saying goodbye. Alright. I need to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm gonna do that real fast. I'll actually just leave the game up on play, because I don't think anything should happen. So I'll just mute myself so you don't have to be subjected to my bathroom break. But otherwise, I will be right back. I have returned. This is really cool too. Oh, showed up just in time for something. Hey, we actually got all the herbs. I was just about to talk, Luigi, but that's fine. Good news, we were able to ramp up production of medicine, so we were able to treat the sick. Oh, so that was really fun. So basically what happened was one quest I succeeded at, and that quest had a get medicine reward. And so I got medicine as a reward, which then let me finish off the other quests. That was kind of funny. Now we gotta take care of our basic needs with some cabins. I can do that. It's funny to watch it go so slowly. What was I gonna say? Oh, the lanterns are cool. So this is the cemetery. Unfortunately, people do die in this game. Sometimes, though, it's old age, and sometimes it's, you know, it can be natural reasons or not natural reasons, basically. Just like to check. The cemetery has, like, a range, which I think is weird, but, sometimes to actually get every spot covered, it can be really cumbersome, so I occasionally rearrange these just to make sure there's not like random dead bodies just being left somewhere. Okay. Right, I don't know, this might actually be the same map I was playing when we talked the other day, because I've been playing this one for quite a while. So when I said before how I never leave morticians all the way filled in, it's because occasionally I'll get these quests where you just have to assign another mortician. And if they're already full, the only way to assign another mortician is to build a whole other cemetery, which is kind of a pain. So I just try to never keep it all the way full. So we'll do that. That'll make everybody happier, and we'll do a feast. And the feast is just like, hey, let's do stuff, and they just eat a lot of food and drink a lot of water. And when you have enough of a surplus, it's not. I do not have the set on a specific person, right? Okay. So now the other quest we got going. How is this trucking along? So this is what we're working on right now. This is kind of like an end of the game thing, is building this beacon. I'm hoping it lets me keep playing after this, because I want to finish all of the balloon quests if I can. And otherwise I'd have to like get something up, like I'd have to get to the end game in a whole other file. I'd rather not do that. Alright, so they want cabins. We're actually going to build comfortable houses instead of cabins, and hopefully it'll let that count. Because I don't want to build cabins. I want to build the upgraded housing. Remove that road there. Build a comfortable house. And then put the road back. There you go. Okay, so I built that one and that one. I think I need to put down one more, right? I think I only put 2 down. I'm gonna assume that these will count as cabins. I think it would be really silly if they didn't. That's funny. You can live like right here at the corner of the beacon. Now we'll put you there. Okay, so those just got to get built. How are we looking staff-wise? We're doing much better than we were. After our random drop-off that I didn't see coming. I think we're kind of back to where we need to be. Would not mind having more people. I think the next group of people should be really easy because it's the search for survivors thing cycles. So it's the first one is always food, water, tools, radiation suits. The second one is always herbs and medicines. And then the third one is you just have to give people a bunch of stuff, which is this one. And this one is much easier because I always have a surplus of stuff. Therefore, it's much easier to get, which this is always strange to me because, like, I'm giving you things to come live here. Wouldn't I just then have them back? I don't know. Okay, so now we just have them. Yep, and the sturdy house, or the comfortable houses are counting as cabins, so we'll be good in that regard, too. Hey, Susan.
I wish you a lovely day. I'm glad to be able to be back here again. I've packed a whole range of, super awesome things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in some
There we go. Excellent. Is the balloon back yet? It's back. This is cool. Now that we've built the weather station, it tells me what kind of rain is coming. That's cool. Oh, there's just really tall grass. I was like, what's going on there? So I think I can build some more water towers, because it looks like I'm full up on water storage. Let's save real fast. Let's build a couple of water towers. I don't think that would be a bad idea. I can definitely fit more over here where I have just done stuff. Now all we have to do is increase food and water. It'll handle that itself. I don't know. Can I fit it here? I might be able to. That's kind of cool. We'll put that here. And it can collect from this little pump that's doing not a whole lot of stuff. Then we're going to come over here and grab these upgraded water towers. And these we can slap right down in this space, maybe? Nope. It just barely doesn't fit in there. Well, that's too bad. What if I turn it this way? Hey, Raiders! Now I can show you guys how this works. Apparently, Fourth of Raiders is assembling near us, so they're coming in from up here, from this corner. We can't see them over here right now, but they're going to come in from over here. And they'll probably run in around here, which means this region is going to be the area that'll get attacked. So I have a watchtower here, and I have a watchtower here. But because I've been expanding, I will build a new watchtower over here. You want to watch efficiency to the extent that you can. We'll slap that down over here, and then we'll put a priority for defense here. Can I get it to... This is so dumb. The flags have to be somewhere where people can stand, which I think is so silly because they're not standing there. But whatever. And we're going to mark this as a priority to build. Try to get that built before they come in. Hey-oh! Ooh, a dust storm's coming in.
Sorensen lands once again in this gorgeous
Ooh,
oasis
cake.
of culinary, well-educated folks. Today, we have a whole range of treasure.
Get some cake. The most annoying part about dust storms for me now is the fact that they make it where I can't see anything for a minute. I find that very frustrating. Look at that. I can put in all these water towers. Just so many. Logistics, paved road. What do I not have that they want? I don't understand. Oh, wood, maybe. We low on wood? I can trade for that. That's not a problem. Yeah, I think we're low on wood. Oh, strengthened metal. Okay. I mean, we are low on wood, but what's keeping me from getting the strengthened metal? Nothing. It just needs to be making more. That's fine. We have plenty of metal bits and plenty of coal. How are we doing over here? We're getting there. Oh, let's build sunflowers. Build a nice, pretty little sunflowers field over here. That's exciting. Decorations. So this quest wants us to build 46 items. Oh my god. That is so many I thought it would be like a couple of things. Okay. Well, we haven't built our trophy to the south thing anywhere yet. So we can build that somewhere. This is kind of a cool spot for it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where we want it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's not going to be 46 items worth. Okay. A couple different things happening. We have all these sick people because we just brought in sick people. So since that's going on, let's make sure we don't. Let's make sure we have immunity going. Next, because this takes so long.
Hey, listen.
Let's get this
I've
started.
had a very queasy feeling for several days now, as if someone was watching us. Any chance you could drop by and check that from the air? It's dangerous out here.
Maybe it's the villagers from the places where you stole people to put in your soup? I don't know. This person has frickin' 3 badges. She's pretty great. And then I need somebody with a doctor badge. Probably Poppy over here. Yep. We can just send the 2, because I think I'll have enough room. And then I don't have to get as many things. People say, hey, Ian, welcome. It's a theory. The game has not confirmed. But I think these people like people soup. Oh, wait, I need a hunter badge too. Didn't see that. So I'll have to send 3 people. Do any of you have a hunter badge? You do. We'll send, instead of going all the way up to 25, we'll do 20 this time. Okay, that can get started. I would love cloth. I doubt you have cloth.
I wish you a lovely day.
You don't.
I'm glad
That's
to
fine.
be able to be back here again. I've packed a
Are
whole
you
range
familiar
of,
with the game
super
Endzone,
awesome
Ian?
things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in something. Fan.
For T-Bara next so I can get cloth going. We built so many of these things, just so many. I'm not going to be hurting for water for some time. I might have gone a little. And you're gonna put this one, yeah. It really needs to strengthen metal right now. Okay, let's go over here and we're gonna select Kibara so I can get some cloth from her. How are we doing over here? We're getting gathered. Nope, it is a strategy game, RTS City Builder. It's set in a like post-apocalyptic. It's kind of like if Fallout was a colony sim instead of what it is. You know, we come out of our Fallout shelters and we're trying to make life. This is very end of the game. Like I've already completed all of the research and all of that. There's an exploration element, so these people are going out to do some explory type stuff. You can get traders in for getting different supplies. You gather resources, you refine those resources into other resources, you grow food. As you develop, you can cook food instead of just grow food, that sort of thing. When I started building houses, they were all shacks, and here we actually have like electricity and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty nifty game. We're about to get hit by raiders here. We've kind of gotten the warning that they're coming, so we are building up supplies over here. To try to be protected when they attack. I forgot we got all these people, so that means I can increase the number of people I have in the different jobs, which is pretty exciting. Ibarra should be here now. I picked her specifically because I'm low on cloth, so I'm going to trade for some cloth. Have a birthday, Zoom? Oh, happy birthday to your mom. Have a good time. It was great seeing you.
Customer. Sure it is. Have faith in
Faith
old
in-
Tibera. She knows them all. Once again, Tibera's got only her very best stuff along. You really do always know how to make an elderly woman's heart beat faster. No, honestly.
I do like the side characters in this game. I think they're really fun.
Old Tibara doesn't want to move on yet. Not one bit.
The side people really make the game for me, I think. So we're going to get 300 cloth from her, so that's going to be very helpful. I might go for a friend that has wood, because I'm not collecting wood as fast as I should be. I think that's because of all the construction. In fact, I bet it's this tower. Yeah, because it needs 500 pieces of wood. That's probably where all my wood went. Now that this is done getting strength in metal, it'll probably be better. We're finally getting kind of full up here. I may want to build another shelter. Oh no, there's room in there. We're finally running out of room to have people live. Let's go to our friend Lizzie here next, because she usually brings wood. Would be helpful. Go. So, like I said, it's pretty late game, so right now we're trying to build this tower, which I think is like the last, like, thing you do. I mean, it's very much you can just be done when you're done. This is actually a scenario that had nothing to do with what I'm doing now, but I just kind of kept playing it. But I'm hoping once we're done with this beacon, I can keep playing, because I want to finish this storyline that we're doing with the balloon stuff, if I can. That part just takes a certain amount of time, because you have to wait for stuff to be gathered. Really? This is the path people are taking? Not... Okay. Oh, because this must be the exit. So I built the building backwards, not understanding that. Okay, well... Okay. Sure. We'll do this. Somebody can come build those roads, and it'll at least make that better. I wish I would have realized that apparently they have to come out this door instead of just walking through here. I don't know. Some of the things this game does is a little strange. But they've actually announced a sequel, which is gonna have an open Kickstarter here soon. And this game is really good. I think it's something that has a lot of potential with the sequel. There's what the sunflowers look like. That's really cool. I think a sequel could really fine-tune a lot of the weirdness. Because there's so much in this game that's really good. That I think just a little bit of fine-tuning would really...
What's up, you blind little
I like her a lot.
Long time no see? That's not true at all.
No.
How
How are things with you?
Hope you're in the mood for a party, cause Lizzie's got a lot of the right stuff with her. Well, now...
There we go. That will help. Actually, we're replenishing our wood stock. It's a good game. Yeah, this is a very solid game. I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it's really weird because when I bought it, it was on sale, and I was like, oh, this is fine. Like, it's scratching that strategy itch. I don't know if I really like it. And then I went back to it a couple months later, and I was like, you know, I don't know if it's any good, but, like, I kind of want to play it. And then after a while, I realized I loved it. And I don't know why I wasn't playing it more. It was funny. I was like, I should just admit it that I like this game. For some reason, it was important to me that I thought I didn't. Like, just kidding. I actually really like it. Probably could be building another factory, to be honest. Because I have plenty of coal and metal that might expedite things. Can I put it somewhere over here?
I am your queen.
Oh, hey!
I have given freedom to my
Ren
people.
the queen.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Nope,
Roar
I'm really
your
not.
silly commands, crawl away and hide in your holes. Free people simply take what they want.
I'm not really afraid of you. I'll squash you between your my fingers. Alright, so now that angry red pimple dot is them coming to get me. So red is their health, green is their will. If you wear down their will, you automatically win. If you wear down their health, they are dead, basically. So we can watch them come in and see how good we did at predicting their pathway with the guard towers here. So yeah, they're coming in up here, and they're gonna encounter this guard tower first, and then a couple others. So also everybody's sick, so that's not the greatest time to have them invade. I forgot to keep up on my immunity. That's my own fault. We'll be fine. So they're getting shot down by this tower. You can watch their little red bar.
They've come.
Hey.
They've fought. They've died. That's how it is to really truly live.
Leave us in peace. Beat the attackers, and we got all this stuff for it. So, clearly we are doing a pretty decent job at defending ourselves. Oh god, I completely forgot about... We're not doing the decorations. That's fine. We'll take the hit in happiness. I'm not building 46 different decoration items. Okay. Dead bodies on the streets. So that's just the mortician one, like I said before. So we'll just add a mortician. Strange explorers. We've just been contacted by several explorers from another settlement. They're on their way back from an expedition and they're running out of rations. They'd be willing to trade some things they discover for provisions. So we'll give them some foods and some foods. And they gave us a seed that I probably already have. Exciting. Oh, and you're back. Whoops.
What's up, you blind little know-nothing?
I forgot to put this back on random.
That's not true
I
at
have
all.
so many hemp
How
leaves
are
now.
things going with
Just so
you?
many.
Hope you're in the mood for a party, cause Lizzie's got a lot
I'm gonna
of
grab,
the right stuff for her. Well, now
masks, because if you look here, we're running short, and I think we're running short because we just got that population influx. Cool. We're making a blend here. So getting a bunch from her will help with the not having enough thing. The expedition is traveling. Excellent. Okay, she's there and gone. Let's go ahead and put this back on random. I'm not looking for anything specific at this time. Other than I'd love strengthened metal, but they never bring strengthened metal. That's what this building is for. Need to build paved roads. I mean, it's your colony sim, right? Like, yeah, you build stuff in an effort to build more stuff in an effort to build more stuff. Alright, they got all the supplies there except for one strengthened metal. So somebody will bring the last piece, and then this will start getting assembled. Which is going to be pretty exciting. If it doesn't... So what I have to do to finish is build it and then enable it with the power supply. I think what I'm going to actually do is demolish this and make sure it's not on the power supply. I think I can play more after the beacon is built. But this way, I can finish the balloon stuff and then just finish the beacon. I think will be kind of my plan of action. Is there anything over here I need to be worried about? Yes, there is. In that case, let's build another decontamination post, I think. Which is not the worst thing to build. It can take care of stuff right here. This is just stuff where if you accidentally get irradiated food or whatever, it cleans it. Simply enough. Oh, it looks like Lizzie came back anyway. That's funny. Let's do a feast! I'm not going to keep looking for survivors, because I think we're actually doing pretty good right now. Replace some jobs here. These probably got wrecked by, whatchamacallit, by the raiders. Oops, I broke my own rule there. We'll turn that back down. I don't need more researchers, just because they don't have anything to do right now. As well, fill up the militia. Okay. Tower being built. Let's talk to Lizzie over here.
What's up, you blind little know-nothings? Long time no see? That's not true at all.
Let's get rid of herbs, because that will help.
You in the mood for a
I don't know
party,
really
cause
what I need
Lizzie's
elsewise.
got a lot of the right stuff with her.
We can just do more of these.
Well,
If we get rid of herbs, that means we can gather more herbs. You know, that's how you keep an economy going. What are we waiting on? We're still waiting on that one strengthened metal. Was this missing electricity? Yeah. Missing electricity. Just gotta get it wired up. That won't take very long. Very long at all. That's not a lot of supplies in the grand scheme of things. And our balloon is almost to the place. These got built, which means I need to turn on... See how it's saying the water's irradiated? I need to turn on the water filters at these places that got built. This one's getting built now. Get that herb. Yep. It's always funny to me, like, when I play a file, for no discernible reason, I'll have, like, a hard time keeping one particular resource on each map. And, like, at some level it makes sense, right? Like, oh, if you're on a map with a lot of this and not a lot of that, it would be different than the reverse. But, like, I haven't been able to, like, look at it and tell if, like, oh, this is a herb-heavy map or not. Like, it's just kind of funny. I knew I have more, it's just not built yet. That's what's going on. Did you get your last beach yet? You did not. Come on, guys. Why can't we build this one electric pole? Someone needs to build the one electric pole. This guy's coming. From all the way freaking over here with something? I mean, sure. There we go. He built it. Now there's electricity, so now we can build more of this stuff. Get that increased amount of strength in metal. We now have plenty of these. Switch over to here. We got a sandstorm coming. Ah! And our balloon is where it needs to be.
Do you hear me? We're being attacked! Run for
Oh
cover!
no!
Shots are being fired everywhere! They
Very
want to
fast
steal our
sand.
train! We're back here! At the water car! Those pigs aren't risking to shoot at it because they need the water! Can you manage to get to us?
Sure. Oh, see, this has percent chances on it, right? It's not far, Chief. Twist and turn if you crash the water car. Chief, the rocks in the cliff are high enough. We press ourselves against space, we'll have good cover. Let's do the high ground. Nope, doesn't work.
We'd made a stop here to refill our water supplies when they surprised us. They just popped up on the edge of the tracks and opened fire on us. We're pinned down here and can't get through to the front to start up the train.
What do you think? You'll get the train started, work your way to the front?
I think so, but that's not our only problem. Jess was hit.
Oh
and
no!
A few of our people are still trapped in the other cars. We've got to get away from here as fast as possible. But first, we ought to take care of the ones who were wounded. Then we can see what comes next. Could you please take a look at Jess too? I've got my hands full here fighting off the attackers.
The wounded. Looks as if two of the group didn't make it behind the water tank, Chief. We have a good amount of line of fire thing to be patched up. It'd be better if we hurried up, Chief. Not all attackers can get any closer. Okay, we've got to get over. We got her over here. Doesn't look good. Hope she's still breathing. Now I gotta get moving fast. Patch him up. Very good. The wound. I'm gonna make it for sure. My namesake. Chief, it's Jess. Her breathing is very shallow. Oh man, this doesn't look good. If we don't tend to her right away, she might not make it. Lucky we've got a medic with us.
Oh god, Jess! She's still alive! Thank you for saving her.
She's still tripping me out.
I wouldn't know what to do without her.
Moving forward.
Now that the wounded ones have been seen to, we can fight our way ahead to the locomotive. Then I can get it started, and we can get out of here. It'll be best for us to run along the train outside. We can only hope that the locomotive hasn't already been damaged too severely. Get going! Towards the front, up to the greenhouse! And keep heads down.
We're gonna creep because run has a 50% chance of working, creep has 100%. Lucky, not everything's made of glass, but lower part of the train is made sturdy metal again. If we crouch down, stay careful, we can creep. And besides, we also have a few metal plates with us.
Good. The next thing is we have to get past the kitchen galley car. What? We're under fire here! There, on the corner! Watch out!
No, really? You're under fire? Surprise attack. Oh, we can do it without using the bullets. Let's do that. Cal, just in time for the Willem. Just as planned, we were able to surprise him. He lost his balance and fell off the car. Apparently, he hit his head on something when he landed.
Oh my goodness. The door was blasted open here, and the car was set on fire. We've got to do something, or else the connector will catch fire too.
Put out the fire.
That's done. The door is closed, and with all the smoke, the fire will be smothered real quick.
Lol. All of us like, ah. I feel like, even though it's a movie thing in general, I feel like that's such a Star Wars thing to be like that excited about that scream.
Do you hear that? I think someone here is calling for help, but the cries sound so muted. It's true. They're coming from the caravan car up front there. Time's a-wasting.
Time's a-wasting. Door. It's dark inside. We don't really see anything for certain, but with our universally popular crowbar, we can get it open. Or someone's inside, Chief. Major chaos reigns in the whole compartment. We climbed through this window. Luckily, we're still in good enough shape. Now, let's use the tools. We're inside, Chief. There's an elderly woman here. She was properly asleep when the train was attacked, and one of the clothes racks fell on top of her. She got wedged in, but by joining forces, we were able to free her.
Damn it! Those bastards uncoupled the train. Could you take care of that for me? Meanwhile, I'll see to it that I get the locomotive running again. That way we'll lose less time.
That's a little bit of a concerning drawing. Are there worms out here? Yes, Chief, it's like Ella said, the cars here aren't linked together anymore. Someone must have actually deliberately uncoupled them. Moreover, what's worse is the original parts are all missing. I wonder if somebody was in on it. This is definitely not in our favor. We can't lose any time to find a solution. The cars hooked up together again. The way we see it, we have two options here. Either we search for the original parts or we replace it with something to make ourselves in a hurry. Old coupler. Improvise. Improvise only has a 50%. Old coupler has 100, so let's do that. Language. Found the coupler.
You've coupled up the train again? Very good! The engine's ready to go again, too. Let the others know that we're starting now. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Don't lose any time.
We're getting the train moving. See to it that you get your balloon in the air before they riddle it with holes.
Chief, we managed to make it back to a balloon again. Prepare for everything. Let's get out of here fast. What are you waiting for?
Thanks so much. Once again, you've helped us out of a tight situation. We'll radio you as soon as we're safe.
Loot and return. Picked up a few cool things out there. Chief, we're gonna make it back to our settlement now. Can't wait to see our families again. Alright. Let's keep immunity going. And while we're at it, why don't we, just for the heck of it, do a knowledge transfer? I have the science points. There's no reason to not do it. Okay, we're low on cloth. I would really like cloth. I don't think Rusty's gonna have cloth.
Shooting. He's
back
back again. The fabulous.
He is gonna have
one and
soap,
only,
though. I'm not even
Incredibly
getting some soap.
charming, Rusty Ruff. And extra special just
Alright, let's look around at our pubs here. Yeah, that's good. Hard liquor, coffee, beer, hard liquor. Let's change you over to joints for now. I probably could just make a fourth pub, honestly, and then have one do each one. It would be a terrible life choice. Okay, what does the town want from me now? Cake or build a monument and 14 other decorations? We can do that. That's much easier than the 46 it wanted last time. Put the monument somewhere where it's actually kind of pretty. Stick it there. Kind of like putting benches down sometimes. I think it's nice. Oh, I did not do that well. That's okay. Do this in the back. And then shrubs. A shrubbery. I like putting street lamps up too. I figure it makes things look nice. Is there an area where like the housing is particularly lower in attractiveness than anywhere else? Not really at this time. That's not really a reason to consider anything. I feel like at this point I have done more than I need, but it's okay. Now I definitely have enough down. So those will all get built and we'll be good. But the monument is the one that really has to get built. Still waiting on the one piece of strengthened metal. Are you making strengthened metal over here? It's like we just don't make strengthened metal. I don't understand it. We have coal and metal. Okay, it's making some. I think the metal was also going to... What is this plant? What is a Physalis fruit? I don't know if that's a real plant or not. Alright, we're doing alright. Doing alright. I think we're gonna switch this back to our old lady friend. Get some cloth. Keep up on our cloth needs. We're actually starting to get some metal in stock, which is just great news. Hey, look! We built it! That went fast. No power grid within range, which is fine. Because we're gonna wait. So basically that's all I need to do is attach it to power, which will be easy enough to do. But we're gonna finish all the balloon stuff first. Basically we activate that and people know like, oh, this is so cool. Look at that. That definitely boosted the beauty of like most of my homes, if not all of them. That's just crazy. Hello, ma'am.
Hey, if that isn't my absolute favorite customer. Sure it is. Have faith in old T-Barra. She knows them all. Once again, T-Barra's...
300 cloth. That would be very helpful. Can actually kick this on to like even faster. So basically what we're doing now is just passing the time until I can do all of the balloon trips. Maybe one of the things I can do then is build that other pub I keep saying I'm gonna build. Pub up here next to the campfire. And that way we can have one location building each thing. It's gonna kind of be my plan. Decorations. I mean, fine. Yeah, you want me to build an absurd amount of decorations. Alright, I can do that. We don't have a whole lot else going on, so we might as well. I'm better off building a lot of smaller, cheap ones than what I'm doing, but I'm like, you know, why not make things look a little bit pretty, though? There's no harm in that. These are the Halloween ones you can build, which is kind of funny. The Halloween stuff is all actually a pre-DLC they did, which I just think is amusing. There's 2 paid DLCs, which I have both of. One is the Faraway Places, which is the balloon stuff we're doing. And the other one is called Prosperity, which is the added building. So you can do like all the third tier building. Catch you later, Ray. Thanks for dropping by. I super appreciate it. I wish you luck in watching the Packers. But I don't wish the Packers luck. That is a lot of things, so we'll just see what kind of happens there after I build those. It's a lot of things, but I don't know that it's 50 things, so maybe I should just keep trucking. I don't know what the bell's for. That's pretty intense. We don't need to put all the decorations in one spot. We can put some decorations over here. We can put this big bell here. For whatever it does. No one wants to sit next to the bell, though. That's ridiculous. Oh, I didn't realize we don't have a path through here. There we go. That's better. Okay, now that I've gotten this started, let's kick on some speed. I slowed it down so I wasn't losing a lot of time in just putting these things down in general. But now I think I can. Let's just see where this gets us, I think. Oh, I forgot to switch it off the T-bar, didn't I? Yeah. That's fine, we've already burned through so much of the cloth, we might as well just get more cloth. There's no reason to not just keep up on the clock. Alright. I think it's possible I've put close to 20 other things down. So let's just see where these numbers... Oh, dang it. I did not keep up on the immunity. And you are the one where I haven't turned on. So this is feeding a couple different pumps, I think. Alright. Now, let's switch back to random, even though T-Bara's got good stuff. Hey! Our balloon is back.
Hey, friends. We've moved on, and luckily there have been no more incidents. The danger's been averted, but the attack left various damage behind. Could we ask for your help one more time?
Configure expectate. We'll find out if you're cannibals. Okay, so we have a technician and a medic badge. A recycler badge. Grab this stuff. Grab this stuff. So these must be badges I still need. So we'll grab you. What? What is this? I don't understand. Okay. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, professions, people in that profession. They just don't have the badge. Okay, that makes more sense. I did not understand what I was looking at there for a second. There we go. Okay, they'll gather their resources. But they shouldn't have to... Should not take as long to get the stuff. Because it should all be, like, actually over here. Okay, so you're making hard liquor. Which is fine. You're making joints, which is fine. You're making beer. You're making coffee. Cool. So now we have everybody making one thing. Do I have anything not on the power grid that I want on the power grid? Go down for just a second for me to evaluate some things. Okay. Looks like I need 3 more decorations. I'm assuming I have not built those 3 decorations anywhere. It's sometimes I'm like, oh, this should be open space, and it really isn't. I'm just using torches. There we go. That's 3 items. Those 3 items need to get built, and then I'll finish that. Hey, Susan.
I wish you a lovely day. I'm glad to be able to be back here again. I've packed a whole range of, super awesome things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in something.
I will never say no to more radiation suits. And I keep the speed going fast so that this stuff gets gathered faster. Okay, now we're going on a path that's a little bit more sensible. to bring rations back. I wish I would have planned this better, but now I kind of know how to plan that better the next time I do this. Make it all faster. Yay, we built all the things you wanted me to build. Field testing. Yay, I just got some science for no reason. Gathering the wood we need. They have the scrap, they have the coal, they have the metal. And we need to get more expedition rations. We're going all the way up here for wood, apparently. Feel like the whole point of this market was that I made all of this stuff more accessible over here. But apparently not. Apparently that's not what I did. Hey T-Bara, how am I doing? I'm still doing okay on clock.
Hey, if that isn't my absolute
I'm not really low on anything right now.
customer. Sure it is. Have faith in old T-Barra.
We'll go for
She
cloth,
knows 'em
because
all.
why not?
Once again, T-Barra's got only her...
I mean, we're just doing good on resources at this point. Right now, we're just at a time game more than a challenge. I just got to keep an eye on our population, see how our population's actually getting smaller, because we're not having people born at the same rate that they are dying, because I keep bringing in people. I want to say artificially, which sounds wrong. It's not that they're artificially brought in, it's that they're brought in by radio rather than by being born here. Wow, we're really taking some weird routes for resources in a way I just don't understand. Maybe I need to put this thing in the markets loop. I don't know. It doesn't show up like that's a thing, but... let's do it. You want me to make 1,000 meds? And I have so many meds, there's just no way that's happening.
What's up, you blind little know-nothings? Long time no see? That's not true at all. How are things going with you? Hope you're in the mood for a party, 'cause Lizzie's got a lot of the right stuff with her. Well,
There we go. Part of the problem, though, is I built this balloon thing so far away from everything, which is just kind of what happened because it's so late game. Like, dang. Apparently we're full up on iodine, too. Okay. How about soap? Why don't you make soap, too? Comes another sandstorm. They'll get to repairing. We're almost there. They have everything now except for the expedition rations. Oh god. Yep, we're having a population issue. Like, we are nosediving. Okay, so then what we need to do is that, and then we'll come over here and search for survivors. And I'll probably wait to talk to this trader until I get the notification, so I can start collecting. Yep. They're gonna want metal tools and radiation suits. Perfect.
I wish
Susan.
you a lovely day. I'm glad to be able to be back
You
here
are
again.
just who I needed.
I've packed a whole range of super awesome things for you.
That's fine. We're
Take
only
a look
short
and see if
5
you're
soap,
interested
but
in
we'll
something.
definitely make the 5 soap, so that's fine. So that'll go a long way towards what I need. We have so many tools. Like, so many tools. And they need, like, one thing. One last thing. And you're going all the way over here for it? You don't even need the water. I don't understand. Don't understand this game. I just don't. But they can go now. How's this doing? We're doing much better at having materials. Much, much better. Well, actually, now that I have more, and what I should be doing, I should build another hemp weaving mill. We can build it over here by these fields. That will help us with also. I mean, we're doing fine, but we're also doing fine largely because we're trading. Keep an eye on our population at this time, because it's going to keep being a problem.
I
must
wish you
have
a
her
lovely
locked
day.
on.
I'm glad to be able to be back here again. I've packed a whole range of, super awesome things for you. Take a look and see if you're interested in something.
Yep.
Fan.
That's gonna get us there in metal tools, basically, and get us really close to radiation suits. And our balloon station is on its way. I think we may do this last balloon station, and then I'll probably stop the stream unless anybody out there is, like, really, really interested. There is one more, like, quest line with the balloon, but honestly, all you're gonna do is watch me do this while I try to get there. So maybe we'll do the balloon line, I'll do a save, and then I'll connect this thing to power. And then if it turns out I can keep playing, I'll keep playing on my own. And if I can't keep playing, then that's fine. I'll just go back to my save and do the last thing. But there's no real reason for you guys to kind of watch me do this, because you're just going to be watching me on fence mode at this point in time. And then I can grab some food again because I'm getting hungry again and finish this up. This upcoming week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I'm definitely busy. I'll try to do something Wednesday or Friday. If I do, we'll try to do the Tomb Raider DLC instead of this. Okay, sorry, I didn't see Raid posted again. Okay, yep, we got there in metal tools, so it's just radiation suits that we need. Cool. And we probably can get there on our own. Medicine, we don't have a chance. But yeah, so Wednesday or Friday, I'll try to do the Tomb Raider DLC. But I think throughout September, I'm just not really going to commit to starting something new. We'll do, you know, if I'm still up on Endzone, if I burn out on this, maybe we'll go back to Zoo, or we'll do Tomb Raider collectibles and stuff. That was just the medicine one. And the only reason why we didn't hit it is because we have so much dang medicine. Okay, so they're gonna come in from over here again. So we're gonna do this and this. Not that, like, the priority for defense really matters, I guess, but I guess it kind of does. Because we may not have the population for a full militia at that time. Okay, so what I'm still missing is radiation suits, but I think we'll get there. So I should just grab really whatever it is I want.
Sure is shooting. He's back again. The fabulous, one and only, incredibly charming Rusty Rolf. And extra special just for you. Yep, neither sandstorm nor toxic cloud. Ha ha!
Get some more hard liquor. Found another Tomb Raider comic in the bargain rack last week. That's awesome. That is super, super cool. There's a lot of ways in which I can see I just planned this wrong, this city. Which at some level isn't that big of a deal, right? But at some level, this is a city planning game. So I'm like, I wish I would have planned this better. Amazing Chief, we met all their demands. Now we ought to make space available to them. You better not want me to make them another frickin' campfire. Okay, so now we have all kinds of people again. And we have that balloon up there. So real quick, let's pop over here. Fill in some spots. Not with the morticians. We can fill in some militia. And then just kind of even these numbers out. But we're doing fine in terms of water, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. Oh, looks like we got a demand too. Let's go look at that. Beer or build a memorial. So build a memorial or monument plus all those things again. Let's do beer. We didn't do beer last time. You can go over to our pubs. That one's already doing beer. Beer. Select beer. Select beer. So it wants beer, and I think this one is hard liquor. So we're just going to have to do some trading, I think, to get a lot of these. So I'm going to pick Ole over here. He's good for beer. I must not have actually picked the beer. I got to go back and click that.
Welcome. It's really nice to see you again. That last encounter was, well, we're better off forgetting it. It's only thanks to you that we survived the ambush. By the way, Jess and the others are doing better, too.
That's good. I really think she's related to the Arthur guy. I think it's the same last name. That doesn't mean anything to you guys. There's another guy that sometimes gives us quests that has this, what I think is the same last name.
Sadly, our train didn't get off lightly during the attack. Above all, the locomotive has us worried because the boiler was damaged. To be better prepared against any more ambushes, we've decided to reinforce the whole train. Do you think you could help us out again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the engine is our problem child. A big hole was torn in the boiler, and now it doesn't run smoothly anymore. Which of course means that our water consumption has significantly increased too. To be honest, we have no idea how we're supposed to repair the pressure chamber. We've already tried a few things, but our success never lasted too long. Like I said, none of the patches stood up for long. We've just managed to make it up to here.
Sheet metal.
It'll stand up that way? Really? Yeah, I guess so. It looks sturdier than the things we tried. Fantastic! One less problem. Okay, the engine's back in shape again. We had extremely high fuel consumption because the boiler firebox was damaged. As you see, our coal tender is completely empty. So we absolutely need new fuel to get moving again.
Moving. Her accent is so interesting to me. Zella said the coal is the best fuel for the engine. That's precisely what it was designed for back when we brought coal. All said, Chief, we can fill the coal car as well Well, pieces of wood. It won't last as long as coal, but it ought to be decent. We brought a big supply. We'll do coal.
Great! Good thing you've brought coal with you. Naturally, things function
And
distinctly
that's the thing too.
better
Like,
with it
if I
than the
had
palm
brought
wood we always use instead.
different
Maybe we'll chug into an old
stuff.
train station again sometime soon and find a supply
Like, if
of
I didn't
real
have coal, I could have
again.
brought wood. I still would have been able to help them.
Hey! Oh, how nice that you're here again. Come on over. My bullet wound has taken its toll on me lately, but now I'm back on my feet again. After all, someone has to take care of all the plants.
Plants?
I wanted to thank you. Without you, well, without you, we wouldn't be here. That attack hit us as if it came out of nowhere.
Probably did. How are you doing? You sure you go back to work early? Would it be better if you took it easy a while longer, or I can ask how the plants. Let's ask her how the plants do. I feel like she would prefer that. Sounds like an animated Barbie movie level voice acting. A little bit, yeah. The voice acting isn't super great, but I'm assuming it's because the actors are probably given, like, no idea what they're doing.
How nice of you to ask about them. Yes, my little plants also took quite a beating. But unlike us human beings, they regenerate much faster, too. A few days after the attack, and they were back to blossoming and thriving again. But
That sounds
that's
good.
enough about me. How are the sunflowers doing? The ones I entrusted you with? I hope they bloom where you are in your settlement. As for me, they always
They
fill
are
my heart
when I'm not at
greeted
my
me
food
after
gap.
getting up in the morning.
Sunflowers. What are we talking about? Just some of it, to be honest. No. We grew them. Come on, of course we planted them. You're right, they really do bloom prettily. We've even supplied new seeds already. We're ready to do more than double.
That makes me glad. That really makes me happy. You see, when the plants are doing fine, then I already feel much better right away, too. Wait, I've got another small token of appreciation here for you.
Oh, you
It's
got
a
more seeds for me?
plant, a special one. I recently found it in an old riverbed. I didn't think it would survive, but now it even bears long, crooked fruit. However,
Ooh.
unfortunately, my car is going to be too low for it soon.
What do we
sure
got?
it'll survive
Bananas!
Where you are.
That's awesome.
You've shown me that all of you have a green thumb. And now I have to tend to my own plants. Once again, thanks a lot for your help. This car was hit the hardest. The fire that arose due to the attack pretty much ravaged it and made a lot of things useless. If you hadn't gotten the fire under control, the damage done probably would have been even greater.
We're glad to help. If we hadn't done anything, not only the car been torched, but probably the whole bridge as well. Is there any other way we can help you somehow?
No, you don't have to worry. There's enough other work. Please leave the boxes where they are. I'll take care of that.
Is that where the people are? Boxes look pretty heavy. Can't take responsibility that she's overexerting herself. Something doesn't seem to be right at these boxes. Seeker's just has been acting. There's something going on. Let's help out anyway.
No, everything's fine. Don't worry, we'll do it. There's really nothing for you to see here.
What's the big deal?
Jess, tell them. After
It's
all,
humans.
They risked their lives for us and all this stuff here. They've earned a little more faith in them, if you ask me.
It's none of their... You're right. What's in the boxes is medicine. Loads of it. The thing is, where we come from, where this train comes from, there are, let's say, inconsistencies in how medication is allocated. And that, we didn't play along with that any longer. Although some of it was burned up in the fire, we were still able to rescue a few boxes.
Did you steal them?
After the previous leader of our settlement died, the new self-appointed ruler named Gray grabbed all the pills for himself and locked them away. When we got sick at some point, the bastard didn't give us a pack. Not one single pack. We had every right to take them back in our hands.
That's why you were attacked.
Yes, he's been following us for quite some time now. I think Gray will have to give up the chase at some point. But until then, well, until then we'll just keep on heading farther and farther away from here. If you'd like to have anything, just go ahead and take it. It's much too much for us all by ourselves anyway.
You know, the thing is, it's being on a train. It makes you pretty easy to, shall we say, track.
There are loads of boxes full of medicine. Take some. Go right ahead. These are some kinds of. There are loads of boxes.
They will just let me
full of
take stuff?
medicine. Take some. Go right ahead. There's not that much of it anymore after the fire. But it should still be enough for us. And for you. You probably know what to do with some of the medications better than we do.
Awesome, Chief. Sure thing, we can put this medicine to good use. There are some iodine tablets against the high-level radiation, but we'll leave some for them too.
We not only took medicine along with us, we took other gear too. Syringes, rubber gloves, and so on. Is there any chance you can make use of some of it? Of course, it has to be properly sorted out. A lot is charred or singed. You've got people along who can do something with it.
Chief, there's a lot of stuff in here. We'll take along every bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
These are some kinds of equipment that Gray made off with from an old hospital. But we don't have any continuous power supply here, and aren't able to put any of it into operation, even if we wanted to. But it's a sure thing you can put electronic stuff to good use.
Great, Chief. That's a whole lot of electronics for sure. Sure thing we can process a settlement.
The last attack took us by surprise, all right. We don't want to be caught off guard again. We thought about possibly doing a thorough job of armor plating the train. At any rate, we still have plenty of scrap in our materials car. Any chance you want to help us reinforce the train? It's a sure thing you know your way around things like that.
You're really big on this
distinctly
whole
better
sure
than we
thing
do.
things.
What do you think? What should we use to build the reinforcement? Either out of scrap, in that case we still have some of our own, or we'll build it out of sturdy metal. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that in our car. Any chance you've got some with you?
Sheet metal. What's with these old people? Chief, certainly we can use this for construction. Sure thing, the metal is the best choice. We have plenty of metal.
That's looking wonderful already. And we've already given some thought to which places are probably the best to protect. Where do we want to start? Gray's people did a good job of shooting up the canteen. A lot is made of glass, and we thought it would be really good to make a few adjustments.
Sounds reasonable. I don't know if I'm going to have a limited amount. So, just in case. This car here has several weak points, Chief. Looks like the place where we produce the armor plating were a bit too large for this car. We ought to make them more to size. Really?
Yes, unfortunately that's going to be necessary. But hopefully these modifications won't have to be too major, will they?
It'll fit
Good.
all right.
This plating has to fit really tight. Could you take over doing the adjustments?
Cut the size. I think one way or another we're not just playing cheap. We'll take some scrap materials from the car and try out that. So instead of a room to spare, suit parts, it's trained to the T.
Gray's people did a good job of shooting.
Caravan car. Sleep there by it'll be well protected. And let's get started. Situation gets tight. Next time they'll be able to hole up in this car. We got 2 spots here with armor plating, which suggests itself. What should we take care of?
That's a good idea. It'd be best if you took the armor plating and attached it properly to the car. That way the whole thing will be much more resistant. I'm sure of it.
Reinforce the doors. We gotta armor plate the doors most, Chief. Here's where the people are most likely to hide in the event of an attack. Would be disastrous. Last time we shot out, they absolutely were secured in order to keep the people safe inside.
Well, isn't that something? No one's going to take us by surprise in here. Thanks for your help. Now we can get a little better night's sleep. Gray's people did a good job of maybe we'll armor plate it so that next time we'll be able to shoot right back too. What do you think?
Good idea.
Look over here. That's where the reinforcements have to be mounted. At best, that ought to be done by a pro. Do you have anybody along who has a grip on that?
We can try to do it the way Ella suggested and build slits. Our technician says the odds are very good that you can put it into practice. Chief Ella is rock solid. We think that our playing this spot could be even more effective here. What's more, the plane is easier and can be repaired faster. Let's try it. I have enough action points. Let's take the risk.
That looks fantastic. This way, we'll be well protected during the next attack. And at the same time, we can defend ourselves from this car.
Alright, I think we did all the things. Spain is completely reinforced, Chief. Our work here is nothing to sneeze at, not by a long shot. And as a result, I think that Jez, Ella, and the crew will be well protected against further attacks. We can't do more than that, really. So the time has come for us to say farewell to our hosts.
Really? You want to go already? Oh, that's a shame. All I can do is emphasize once again how much you've helped us, and how grateful we are to you for that. Without you, we would have either died of thirst, been shot to death, or left stuck here. At any rate, in our eyes, you're big heroes.
Oh,
The train
thanks.
is even better protected
Homeward
than we
Bound
had
is a great
hoped
movie.
for. You really worked with a vengeance. I hope we'll see each other again very soon. Take care of my darlings. Goodbye, and have a safe trip home.
Glad to
No
do it.
matter where we end up, we'll tell folks about you. Take care, and have lots more success on your journeys.
Bring back all this stuff.
Thanks again for rescuing us. Without you, we'd be in one heck of a fix right now. The reinforcements on our train might be useful for your buildings too, wouldn't they? We'll send over the construction manuals to you. It's the least we can do.
Alright, I don't think I... Oh, it is. Didn't work. Okay. Thought it turned yellow when I did it, but maybe not. Alright, well, I think... It's oh, okay. It's just because I hadn't been hitting play. Let's see real quick if we can read what that did for us. This one. Settlement buildings are now reinforced with the battle-tested structures that were used to defend the platoon in the desert. This will increase the resistance to radiator attacks and sandstorms in the long run. I think I'm gonna get going. It's a little shorter stream for us, but I am kind of hungry, and like I said, I'm just gonna do the last balloon expedition, and that's just gonna take an amount of time, and I'm not gonna be doing anything really interesting. So, if this is something you guys liked, I can stream it again. We'll see. Otherwise, I still intend to kind of revisit our zoo, and like I said, we have more Tomb Raider collectibles to get, so we don't have a shortage on things. This is just what I've been kind of hooked on at the moment. I'll try to do a stream Wednesday or Friday, probably not both, next week, but we'll see. But like I said, September is just going to be weird. October, I should be able to get a little bit more regular again. I just have a lot of family commitments this month. But I hope you guys all have a good day. I appreciate you being here, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.